Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang. God's word. That's what it is, man. Hey, Chris Eubank Jr. cannot, will not beat Jermall Charlo. I know a lot of people was like, Chris Eubank could get him. Chris Eubank got the skills or whatever and all that. No, he don't. No, he don't. He training with Roy Jones. Ain't gonna make a difference. It ain't gonna make no difference. Chris Eubank Jr. is a come forward, offensive, no head movement type of fighter. In a sense, he kind of fight the same way, a little bit like his dad did. His dad had a little more head movement, a little bit more, but Chris Eubank Jr. is a come forward, wing and ding, Mexican style fighter, bro. It makes for entertaining fights. Don't get me wrong, because when you fight Chris Eubank Jr., you fighting a guy that's coming to scrap. You fighting a guy that's not finna be gun shy. You fighting a guy that's not afraid to let his hands go. He's coming to scrap. He's coming to lay some leather down. I give him that. But in that, you don't got no skills that's going to really separate you from a Jermall Charlo. There's nothing about your skill set that separates you from him. Jermall Charlo is a strong, big guy. All right? He ain't got the most skills in the world. No, he don't. But is he strong? Yes. Is he big? Yes. So there's no way that you finna walk down a Jermall Charlo, Chris. He too big for you. I don't care if you do fight at 68 and he fight at 60. Jermall Charlo could fight as high as 75. He could fight as high as light heavyweight. That's the type of size he got. That he can go as high as light heavyweight. And I've even given him the credit to say that he could be successful at light heavyweight if he were to get a better skill set. Add some head movement, a little better footwork. He could do some things at 75, in my opinion. For some people, that's wishful thinking. But based on what I'm seeing Chris Eubank Jr. do, training with Roy Jones, that don't mean that Roy Jones ain't going to help him. That don't mean Roy Jones ain't adding to his skills. But the fighter, the true core value of a fighter that Chris Eubank Jr. is, he tailor-made for Jermall Charlo. He's not going to move around the ring. He's not going to beat him with the jab like how Korobov was basically offsetting Jermall Charlo. Because that was what, in my opinion, that was the difference maker in that fight. It wasn't Korobov having a chin, because when Korobov got caught, Korobov was on Wobble Street. I give Jermall that. But what stopped or made the fight look like it was going to go Korobov's way was Korobov's ring generalship, using his defense with his feet, avoiding unnecessary punishment with his feet, and offsetting Jermall Charlo with the jab. If you look at that fight, you'll notice that Korobov would always offset Jermall Charlo with the jab. Meaning that when you would see Jermall Charlo advance, as it means that he was coming to attack, you would see Korobov hit him with a nice, hard, stiff jab, which made him stop, reassess his attack. Which gave Korobov time to move around, reset, catch his breath, to reassess what he would do next. So if you have a decent jab, you could give Jermall Charlo fits. Because Korobov gave Jermall Charlo fits with his jab. And Chris Eubank Jr., from what I've seen, he does not have a consistent jab. Can he jab? Yes. Do we have a jab? Yes. Have I seen him use it and be successful? Yes. But he has the Wilder complex. And what I mean when I say is, he'll box real nice. He'll look real nice at first. But as soon as he get caught with that first good punch, all that sweet science shit go out the window, and now he's coming to brawl. Now he's just gonna go off of what he know, which is coming forward and throwing punches in volumes. Now I recently watched his sparring video on Fight Hype. Shout out Fight Hype. And I don't see nothing special about Chris Eubank Jr. He only moves his head after he get hit. He get hit, boom, then he start wanting to weave and slip. But you already got hit, so why are you slipping air and weaving and bobbing on air when you supposed to do that for the punch? That don't make no sense. Every time, if you look at that video of him sparring, every time he got hit, he'll start weaving or he'll start slipping after he got hit, not before. He's not slipping punches. He's not really weaving, making you look silly. Nah. He don't got no defense. Okay? He's an offensive fighter. He's coming forward the whole time. So what that tells me is you're going to come forward on a guy who comes forward too, and who actually is physically more imposing than you, who technically, in my opinion, is physically stronger than you. That's not a guy you want to just try to walk straight down. If you're going to beat a Jermall Charlo, you got to box him. You gotta box him. You can't brawl with Jermall Charlo and think you're gonna win. You don't brawl with a ball. You don't brawl with a brawler. You box a brawler, okay? You box him, and you brawl a pure boxer, okay? But either way, both types of styles require you to have a significant skill set as far as footwork is concerned. And I don't feel that Chris Eubank Jr. has the footwork skill set or the head movement skill set to beat Jermall Charlo. I honestly think that that fight is tailor-made for Jermall Charlo. And I feel that Jermall Charlo beating Chris Eubank Jr. is equivalent to Terrence Crawford beating Amir Khan. It's not really a marquee fighter. This guy is not really like a super duper marquee fighter, but he is a credible or a decent name to have on your resume. Because I know for a fact that Jermall Charlo beats Chris Eubank Jr., people will give him the credit for that win because of the name. Not because of the skill set of the fighter per se, but because of the name that the fighter carried. And that's just how I go in some situations in this fight game. But I do not believe and I do not see Chris Eubank Jr. beating Jermall Charlo. I don't see it. I really don't. I see him maybe giving Triple G problems, but even then, if Triple G catch him, how is Chris Eubank Jr. going to respond? Because we haven't seen Chris Eubank Jr. fight a good puncher. We've seen him fight a good boxer in the Billy Joe Saunders. We've seen him get a boxing lesson, but we ain't seen him in there with no real puncher. Jermall Charlo and Triple G, those two guys are punchers. Let's just be real. So I don't know if his punch resistance will hold up with those two. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I think that Jermall Charlo gets him out of there within 8 rounds. I think Triple G, in a long, brought-out fight, I think he'd probably get him out of there between 8 to 11 rounds. That's just my take on it, to be honest.